Gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to transform yourself, your moment, your energy. You can transmute everything that's going on with gratitude. Gratitude will accelerate your ability to pull into your life all the things that you would love to have, all the things that you think that would be cool, your experiences, your relationships, your health, all of these different things. How many have heard my pencil story? A couple of you. Decades ago, I was homeless for a short time. I was in poverty for a very long time, and throughout it all I was trying to work on myself, and I was going to the library, and I would go to the free lectures, and I would listen to the New Thought people and the Unitarian people and the self-help people, and more often than not they talked about gratitude, and they would say it's very important that you be grateful for what's going on. And I thought, yeah, right, you don't know what's going on. I am not grateful for this. I am not grateful for my life. I am not grateful for where I'm at. You bring me something to be grateful for and I'll be grateful. And they would always say, that's the wrong, you're putting a cart before the horse. It's the wrong way. That's not how you do it. You have to practice gratitude for what you have now. You transmute your whole energy system, and then you start attracting things to match your new energy. As long as I stayed in the position of I'm unhappy, I'm miserable, I'm a victim, the world is out to get me, nobody's going to publish my work, I'm never going to get anything out there, I'm not going to make a difference in the world, I'm going to die unknown. As long as I put that energy out there, that's what I was getting back. Anybody have a pencil?
Oh, pencil?
Well, the pen's fine. I remember taking a number 2 pencil, those yellow pencils, it says number 2, we probably had them when we were in grade school and so forth. And I looked around my room and I said, yeah, okay, let me try this gratitude crap. Let me see if I can make a difference by focusing on something. And I had a pencil. All right, pencil. And believe me, my heart was not in it. I looked at that pencil and I said, pencil. All right, that piece of lead there, I could write a grocery list, I can write a poem, I can write a song, I can write a suicide note, I can write the Great American Novel. I can write an award-winning play. I started to get excited. I started to see that with that piece of lead, I could write things. I could write affirmations. I can write a script. I can write visualizations. I could write pen pals before the internet and everything. I could write all kinds of things that could make a difference. And I started to feel really different. And then I turned the pencil over and I went, wow, an eraser. How brilliant is that? If I don't want to do the suicide note, well, okay, scratch that out. If I not want to write something or buy something at the store, whatever, I just erase it. I'm like, what an incredible invention. It's really just a twig. It's a stick. And somebody put lead on one side and an eraser, a piece of rubber on the other side, and now we can change the world. And in fact, many people did change the world with a pencil, because when they were writing, the Mark Twains of the world and Harriet Beecher Stowe, and they wrote books that transformed people, they didn't have computers. They were doing it longhand. Some had pen and ink and all of that. But I started to realize this pencil is a work of genius. And thank God for the pencil. Every time I feel that story, I change internally. My energy goes up. I feel happier. I'm zinging. I'm just plugged myself into an electrical outlet. Do you feel that? Just hearing this? And that's a guy who didn't have a job, who wasn't published, who wasn't known, who was sitting in a room in a house where the toilet was in the same room, paying a couple $100s a month. When the car broke down, my whole life fell apart because I didn't know how to pay for anything. This was deep struggle. I was married at the time and she was struggling just as much with me, and we were unhappy, all of that. But I found a pencil, and I found gratitude for the pencil, and that pencil opened the door for me to look around and go, wow, I got a roof over my head. There's a lot, when I say lot, I mean there's unimaginable amount of people that don't. I got a refrigerator, some food in the refrigerator. A whole lot of people don't have the refrigerator. I don't have a room for the refrigerator. And I have learned that the more you are grateful for your moments, the better the moments that come next, the more enriched they are, the more your dreams and those things that you wanted to, that you thought would be so cool, accelerate to come into your life. Keep in mind, when I did the pencil thing and I'm unknown, it opened the door for me. Today, more often than not, I get in my hot tub on my Texas property and I look at the sky and I'm saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. But I'm living the lifestyle of one of the rich and famous. Why? From a pencil. Because I'm practicing gratitude. And I'm still practicing gratitude today. Whether it's in the hot tub or as I go about my day, I look around just to say thank you. Thank you for the coffee. Thank you for Prosper is incredible, aren't they? Give them a round of applause. Prosper is just amazing. Yeah. Grateful for Prosper. Grateful for my life. Grateful for my health. And it's just a notation in my own life. I want you to look around in your life and in this moment, and particularly in this moment. Because the more you can be in this moment and focus on something to be grateful for, even at first, like the pencil, I wasn't grateful for it. I did it as an exercise I was almost resisting completing. But the more I did that, the more I transformed. Gratitude is one of the clearing techniques. The clearer you are, the faster you manifest. Get into gratitude and your life begins to... Hi, Dr. Joe Vitale here. I'm very excited to announce an inspired new certification program. It's the Ho'oponopono certification program. This has never been done before. It's brand new, and it's been inspired by divinity. It came to guitar monk Matthew Dixon and myself, Joe Vitale. Now, you probably know that I wrote the book Zero Limits well over 10 years ago at this point. This book introduced Ho'oponopono to the world. You probably read it. You probably know of it. It's been translated in many languages, and it's still making a difference in the world. And you probably know that I co-authored it with Dr. E. Haleakula Hu Lin, who was the man who introduced Ho'oponopono to me. And together we created this book, and we went on and did 3 seminars together. And he came to my house, and we had many meetings, and I went to do trainings with him in California and elsewhere. He also came to the city where I live, and we had some dinners, and we had more conversations. So I've had a lot of in-depth training and experience with Dr. Hu Lin personally. And when we did the 3 seminars, which we called Zero Limits 1, 2, and 3, they were mind-expanding and heart-opening. In many ways, they changed my life forever, including the hundreds of people who attended those live. But what you may not know is the very first seminar was never released on video. Never. And it contained some breakthrough material, but even more than that, I kept learning Ho'oponopono, and guitar monk Matthew Dixon and I actually used Ho'oponopono and inspiration to create a series of music albums that have been changing people's lives, At Zero, Aligning to Zero, and many other ones. And so as I kept practicing Ho'oponopono and kept expanding my mind and my heart, and guitar monk Matthew Dixon kept doing the same thing, we kept having new insights and new inspirations, and then we started to get the nudge to create a certification program, and it seemed to come directly from the divine right to us. And we began working on it. We wanted it to be more than what was already in the book Zero Limits, and even more than what was in the sequel to my book, because 10 years after I wrote Zero Limits, I wrote At Zero. And this contains a lot of stories from me and other people, and more philosophy and more techniques to go even deeper into Ho'oponopono. But we wanted the certification program to go deeper than everything else, everything that had already been done. We wanted to pull out all the stops. We wanted to actually let divinity inspire us and lead us to create this so it was the best of anything ever available about Ho'oponopono. So this is the certification program. It is brand new. It has just been released. We are very excited about it. This page describes everything, and you need to read it closely because this is an educational system that takes you through a multi-week course where you're going to be able to see that footage that was never released before of Dr. Hu Lin and myself, and you're going to be able to experience a lot of new techniques, a lot of new information. Yes, some of it will be familiar to you. Obviously, the 4 phrases, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, are at the core of modern Ho'oponopono. But we go further than that. In fact, I went further than that when I wrote the book At Zero. But we've gone further than all of it. So even if you read Zero Limits and you read At Zero, we're now going beyond it with all the information, the audio and the video and the rare footage from Dr. Hu Lin, from myself, and from guitar monk Matthew Dixon. All of that is in this certification program. Now, this program is designed to teach you everything from the basics to the advanced of Ho'oponopono. So you know this, and you can live this, and you can practice this, and you can teach it to others if you like. Now, This is a program for you because you're here and because you're paying attention to what I'm having to say. Obviously, you came here for a reason. Obviously, you're interested in Ho'oponopono, and you're probably interested in being certified as a certified Ho'oponopono practitioner. Well, if all of that is true, then all you have to do now is review this page, and then if you're interested and you feel your heart is nudging at you or tugging at you or inspiring you to sign up for this, I say do it. I say that there are moments in life that change your life forever. They're those defining moments when you make a decision, and that decision takes you in a new direction or a deeper direction. And I believe that's what's going on here today. This has been a new direction for me, for Guitar Monk Matthew Dixon, for all the people at Statbrook and Global Sciences who are behind this certification program. And I invite you to review this, sit with it, meditate on it, and if it really feels like it's right for you, then go ahead and sign up for it. You will love the detail, you will love the program. If you already love Ho'oponopono, then this is going to make you even more passionately in love with this life-altering technology or modality or spirituality, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, Ho'oponopono has changed my life. It's changed everybody's life, including Dr. Hulen, including Guitar Monk Matthew Dixon. All of us have been changed by this very simple program. But don't be deceived by how simple Ho'oponopono is. I was on a call recently where people were asking me questions about Ho'oponopono and how do they say the phrases? Who do they say the phrases to? Do they say them to other people? Do they say them inside themselves? What order do they say them in? Why do they have to say the phrases at all? Why do they have to say, I love you, I'm sorry? What else can they do besides the phrases? They had all these questions, and I realized even with the trainings that are out there, even with my books that are out there, even with the available information that you can find by Googling around, there isn't everything in one place like there is now. And now not only can you get all of the education and absorb it and use it and practice it and change your life, but you can be certified as a Ho'oponopono practitioner. So this is the best of all worlds. So I encourage you, review the site. If it feels right, if you feel inspired, sign up. Meanwhile, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you.